idea here is when you create a community setup through the housing project, then you've also got to find the resources to put up the physical and social infrastructure to support that community. And that's where schools, healthcare systems, recreational spaces and markets become integral social infrastructure to the housing project. And the agreement really was between ourselves and the national government that because in many cases also we are providing land as counties for these housing facilities, that the markets be done alongside the same. If, as we all know, the idea is to give decent housing to the people who live in these areas and remove them from their squalor living situation, then it's also a good idea to give them decent commercial centers and markets where then they can ply their trade and do their petty trade in a much more organized, clean environment which props up economic activity in that area. And because these are constitutionally under the purview of the county governments, then the markets, once completed, are transferred to the county governments, who will charge something affordable and reasonable for the maintenance of those markets and maintenance of the facilities within those markets. We want to say as a council that we reaffirm our full support for the affordable housing program. It's a flagship program under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, better, aimed at providing decent, accessible and affordable housing for all Kenyans, a right enshrined in our avowed constitution. We emphasize that the success and sustainability of the affordable housing program depends not only on the construction of the housing units, but additionally and critically on the provision of adequate physical and social infrastructure to support these developments. Physical infrastructure such as roads, water and sanitation systems, electricity and drainage must be developed alongside the housing projects. Likewise, social infrastructure such as schools, healthcare facilities, markets, because the debate is about markets, recreational spaces, as well as security installations, we believe are essential for fostering inclusive, safe, and thriving communities. There's the debate as to being raised in certain quarters as to why money, collected and collected through the housing levy scheme is being used to develop market infrastructure. And as counties, we are arguing that, and rightfully so, that markets are an essential social infrastructure for those communities. And they contribute to the economic well-being in those areas where the houses have been put up. You cannot take people out of a squalor situation with respect to housing, and then they are trading in those markets or they're standing by the roadside selling their wares, if the port can actually support the putting up of market infrastructure. And not only market infrastructure, schools and other social infrastructure as well could be supported. because even in the counties that we run, all the workers in those counties and all the residents that are on a paycheck contribute to the housing levy. So it's only fair that this infrastructure then is widespread and that it supports all counties and all communities across the country.
Okay, sir. We are ready.
So you can
Yes, sir.
address my issue first, then you can ask your questions.
Our question, we will do a one-on-one with you.
Is that so?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Just two things. We are here with our chair of the finance committee of the council. We had a good meeting with representatives of the controller of budget, the CRA, the State Department of Devolution, and National Treasury, discussing a number of issues, including the Kenya Devolution Support Program of the World Bank.